Run this for about 4 or 5 minutes. Once it warms up a bit, I'll take it up to about cruise power. Clear?
this afternoon. You don't all have a crowd right on the front of the line because, of course, air shows take place up in the air. As a matter of fact, in the 3 years of that contract, 20 pounds down to the show. Some of you have relatives who were there. Some of you may have been there. On the face of it, it was a terrible dark time, and his survival was all anyone was thinking about. And the attack, popping bombs, dropping torpedoes, machine guns blazing away. Look high overhead, Danny Blackwell in the T6. Danny Blackwell thrust. Once again, each guy's looking for a way to gain the advantage on the other, and at the moment they find a lot of stride between themselves. Two movies where one plane shoots at another, and it makes a nice, neat line of stitching shots down across the airplane that's hit. Doesn't happen that way. As a matter of fact, generally, you never have the enemy in your sights for more than about 3 seconds at maximum. What that does is brings him closer and closer and closer to the enemy. Close enough to have to get a gunshot off at him. Side of the show area, see if he can get a hit on him. Get down, gain some speed, go down. Because as you climb, you'll lose airspeed. This means about the gunfire at him. Have a hit. All right. Scratch that, Katie. He's out of here. As our T-34 comes through, and again, we'll be telling you a lot about T-34s in just a little while. So I'm going to instead set you up for the ME-108. The plane in France, rather it was manufactured in France following the liberation of Europe in 45. Originally made in 43, served with the French Navy until 1959. And that time it went to a scrapyard, but somebody recovered it, and 2 others and kept it all to Pennsylvania containers. And he found it in a barn in the Philadelphia area in 1986 and spent 8 years, by the way. Speed on that is 130, but the cruise is actually only about 100. And it still keeps flying down around about 43 miles an hour. Jersey. The pilot is Joe Samaj. He's from Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. The airplane, though, is based at Sky Acres in Kutztown, New Jersey. This airplane was a Russian Ag airplane. It then was a Lithuanian 10-seat commuter. It has less than 1,400 hours on it. I want you to look how slow this thing is gone as he comes into land here. Look at the extremely slow speed you can get out of this airplane. And he's on the ground. Now, if he really stood on the brakes, he would definitely be stopped before he got to that next taxiway, easily. I want you to notice that this airplane sits on very, very high gear, as you may have seen on the takeoff roll. As Howard rolls it right over to get turned around and come back in here, right out of the takeoff. The reason the airplane has such long landing gears, you may have noticed on the takeoff roll, they put a huge... So welcome to Dutchess County, Our P-51 pilots turn around, look right overhead as they approach the show area. Dan Caldwell up front in Baby Dutch, and Jim Beasley Sr. off to his right wing. Right behind him, Tom Austin, also from Kalamazoo, in the F-6 Hellcat. And we're all getting a nice whiff of that jet fuel over here as the T-33. Numbered 49 million. Bullets to bombs. There were 82 billion rounds produced. From jeeps to tanks, the vehicles tally 5.2 million. Our freedom and our way of life. The veterans who are still with us today are older now. But back then, many were just teenagers, everyday people who left homes, families, schools, to fight a war in faraway into Midway, Guadalcanal, and Okinawa, names that would become all too familiar to the troops and to their loved ones waiting back home. On the other side of the world, the names were Sicily, Normandy, Anzio, and more strange-sounding locations, but they became vital pieces of real estate. Then in May of 1945, Nazi Germany was finished. 3 months later, Japan admitted defeat. It was the final victory. Many of the veterans often protest they were not heroes, that it was just a job that had to be done if the world was to be preserved as a place for right-thinking men and women. Well, make no mistake, they are all true heroes, and we must ever be on guard to keep alive the vital memories of justice. Please, if you will, the World War II veterans who are here today, raise your hand. Keep it up. Thus, in saluting their final victory, ladies and gentlemen, the flight of the heavy bombers. I'll tell you what, if you didn't like these airplanes before you came here, ladies and gentlemen, back with us once again, Rick Iberg, T-33. Nice going. Now let me see. Up is over that way. Okay, yeah, I got it. It is a very difficult thing when you fly an airplane upside down like that to remember that to climb, you push forward on the stick. Normally to climb, you pull back on the stick, which he certainly has done here, by the way. He got himself a little bit of altitude out of that pass. This airplane is capable of somewhere around 500 miles an hour. Was the first two-seat jet trainer used by the U.S. Air Force, led directly to the development of the F-80 Shooting Star, the first jet fighter. They were used by 40 countries around the world. Some of them are still in use today. Canada, in fact, expects to keep flying them in its Air Force to the year 2000. One is every so often they get cranky. And there's not a thing you can do but put her back on the ground and get up toolbox. So that's what you're going to have to do with that airplane. Folks, in case you didn't pick him out, he's here now. Pulls the nose up, and he's going to give it the 8-point. Oh, looks like an 8-point. That's a work to me. In November of 19, ever in the world, and it shot down a North Korean MiG-15. Of course, many of your relatives and your friends and neighbors and their grandparents of yours, they were all there because you could be here today. And I want you to look at this light, and I want you to remember that time, and I want you to be grateful. Okay, now we got to get there. Come to the announcer stand right behind us and meet your granddaughter, sorry. Jim and Shirley meet Hunter at the tower. Oreo. Well, we can't get everything on the ground, so I'll tell you what we're going to do, folks. We're going to give you another little flyover right down the flight line here. Here's a great picture for you. In the lead, the magnificent B-24, right behind him, the B-17. And the two B-51s get a load of that shot.
And it's a beautiful airshow sky, and you see the pictures, too.
All these speakers, you wouldn't hear anything I said. The trailer and all the equipment that comes with it, provided by Continental Airshows, the other side of the field, where all that stuff was gone, boom. Now, they're a long ways away out there.
Somebody said, hey, he's behind you. Ladies and gentlemen, look overhead. John Ellis in the soccer cap.
Exhaust on purpose so you can follow through the sky. Powered by a pair of Pratt & Whitney R2800s of 2,100 horsepower each in an airplane that doesn't weigh any more than 16,000 pounds empty and no more than 29 bullets. This airplane was well armed and got to the fleet in April of 1944, but long delays we didn't see any service in World War II. There was Tiger Cats that were produced, that is, until late 1940s. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, turn around and look behind you and look up in the sky. What do you think we got there? A pair of TF-30 afterburning turbofans that put out 35,000 pounds of thrust. The Tomcat possesses the necessary qualities to effectively employ its powerful potent weapon system with speed, maneuverability, range, and flexibility to fulfill its objectives as a multi-mission fighter. Look, folks and gentlemen, the Tomcat is coming right at you head on. Captain Charles Cuddles Wyatt. We're in business with the F-14. Now the Tomcat's going to approach from the right at 350 miles an hour for the view pass, and Cuddles will roll the F-14 to an 80-degree angle of bank and manually select full aft wing sweep. The degree of wing sweep on the variable wing, normally controlled by a computer. The wing's fully forward, 20 degrees, while full aft is 68 degrees. Right to left, the nice edge, top wing sweep back.
Demonstrates that variable wing sweep of the F-14 Tomcat with a slow roll of 350 miles an hour.
Out of the slow roll. Dutchess is going to go demonstrate the tremendous handling. The slow-speed handling characteristics of the Tomcat are exceptional. The huge surface of the independently operating ailerons and vertical tails, combined with the thrust produced by the engines, is especially effective in maneuvering the aircraft at slow speeds, as in the approach. In a high angle of attack then, with the lifting devices out and the ailerons flapping back and forth, he'll show you where another nickname comes from. Crews with Wyatt and Fixit call it the Turkey. Notice the tail hook also has been lowered. The tail hook separates Navy and Marine tactical aircraft from the rest of the world's tactical aircraft.
Out of the turn, they'll enter an Imbleman and climb to nearly 2 miles overhead. It is that ability on turn that gun your opponent that determines the victory in air combat. Ladies and gentlemen, F-14 Tomcat. The F-14 is a truly superb fighter aircraft. Sophisticated weapons control system.
I think he's going to go join up with the Tiger Cats right now, the Tiger Cat and the Bearcat. So maybe he's going to come back and finish up his routine after that. And that would make absolute credit to the men and women of the United States Navy and Marine Corps who flew and maintained these aircraft to preserve our way of life. The first pass, it's a great photo, ladies and gentlemen, of several propeller-driven aircraft from World War II and the current F-14 jet-powered fighter that you were just seeing all together in formation for you here at the Dutchess County Airport as part of the great Autumn Warbird Airshow. success of the flight of the Cats will honor those special men and women from Pearl Harbor to the Persian Gulf. People who gave... And set the landing configuration. With the landing configuration set, they'll approach at 125. Now, once they get the landing configuration all set up, the Tomcat will approach at 125 miles an hour. If that's what he's going to do, a couple of wings out, and you'll be able to listen closely to the precise power changes required in a simulated precision approach to a carrier. The deck has 4 wires spaced every 45 feet, any one of which the tail hook could engage immediately on touchdown. The pilot, though, would have full military power and the arresting gear, not the wheel brakes, that stop the plane. In the unlikely event of a boulder, if the hook should skip and miss all the wires, the crew would take off the go-round for another try. Once they get through with this, by the way, they will climb high overhead with the landing gear extended, performing a dirty barrel roll, demonstrating the tremendous power and the superb slow handling capabilities of the F-14. It's one in a long line of Grumman naval aircraft, beginning with the F-4 Wildcat. Grumman fighters were all named for cats. Have a look at the F-14 Tomcat off to your left. Ladies and gentlemen, right down in there, simulating that landing. Tomcat is the safest and best tactical aircraft in the world. The sophisticated weapon system that can track all those targets and launch and guide missiles as it's lift at any airspeed and altitude. It can outturn almost every frontline fighter in close air-to-air combat. Cubs is going to head back over to the Stewart Airport. It's 12 miles away. It'll take him 45 seconds. What do you think of the F-14 Tomcat?
gas going thing, it just fires it. It's an electric. That's all. One of the back.
Yeah.